Hello, Dr. Furqan here. Let me introduce you one of the XRAY-LAB application, XVolumeViewer. XVolumeViewer provides you high quality visualization of volumetric data. The data could be from CT, MR, ultrasound, or a raw volume. You can import a stack of images, a well-known volume file format, or a raw volume. For raw volume, you need to give the dimensions. You can also convert the imported volumetric data into different file formats. You can also convert or export STL model out of volumetric data. Let me import a volumetric data. You need to give the dimensions and spacing and data type. So let me select it. Press OK. You have to wait a little bit because the file size is 5 GB. Once the volume is imported, you can see 3D volume model and 2D slice planes. You can change the contrast of slice planes by moving your cursor on the slice planes, or you can go here to change the range of window and level. So let me change the range. If you change the range without volume synchronization, the only effect will be on the slices. If you sync is, so the effect will go to the volume order as well. So here you can turn on the slice planes. You can move. You can disable the volume and only slice planes. You can enable it. You can enable axis planes or clip planes to clip the volume. You could see you can interact these clip planes on 3D model as well. The quality is the interactive quality of a 3D renderer. So I am interacting with mouse and the resolution of voxels are resampled during this interaction. So you can increase this or decrease this interaction. So if I do a maximum, so you see the data is not desampled now. So for fast interaction, you can select adaptive. You can select the presets, change the gradient lookup table, gradients, you can change the lighting presets, change the blending mode to ISO, you can manipulate this 3D render and 2D render from these bars, perspective and parallel projections, zoom in, zoom out, and different views. If I turn on the ruler, it gives you the dimensions of the model. 2D planes also have these options to flip, interpolation, and background color. So if the model is, the data is so big and your GPU can't handle that data because the data is bigger than the GPU's memory, so you need to resample the data. Maybe I resample means I resample the data 50% lesser voxels that I'm rendering now. You can see the size also is decreased. So now you can convert surface out of this model, adjust the ISO value by pressing extraction button, the surface model out of this volumetric will be extracted and can be visualized in surface render. So here is a surface model and here is a volumetric model. So surface model can also be exported. You can see it's a very dense triangles, so you can decimate this dense triangle into a lower number of triangle. You can also turn on the crosshair to just manipulate the crosshair. If you turn on the sliced planes, you can change this axis from over sliced planes. You can also manipulate the volumetric data. You can also draw markups, and markups will be synchronized in all three render. You can change the view layer to 4 up. You can also turn on the reorienter, so you can reorient, you can rotate this model data from these 2D slice planes. If I rotate it, the model will be rotated and the data will be changed. When you export the data will be exported a changed data, not the original data. You can turn on the slice planes and then you can change the transparency of slice plane, but you need to enable the depth peeling. You can also export all these markups and you can reload all these markups as a project. You can change the color maps. Let me introduce you settings. So by default, for startup, use GPU as a default device for volume rendering and set the GPU memory size. So you need to specify the resampling factor for every import. For example, 0.5 would be the half of the total data. So it's a 50% data that you are going to visualize and load and upload to the GPU. So that's all. Let me know if you have any question. Thank you very much.